Morning, folks. So I want to talk a little bit about an organization that collected $77 million in 2021 alone. Same thing, I think it was a similar situation, something like $40 million or something like that in 2020 or more. So it was an organization that had over $90 million in funds, and now is over almost $9 million in the red now. How can you go from $93 million surplus, right, to over $8 million in debt? Right, they're about to claim bankruptcy. The organization I'm talking about is B.L.M, the Black Lives Matter organization, not the people themselves, but the group that said, "Oh, we're gonna help families like Trayvon Martin and Eric Garner and many others, right? Philando Castile and Sandra. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying, right? They were gonna help all these families, but they didn't help anybody. And then the woman, the founder, who is also in the Alphabet Mafia, right? How come they always link the two causes together? Like, I don't understand it. If I was a brother, right? I mean, I grew up in the projects, you know what I mean? A lot of my family's mixed or black, and a lot of my friends growing up, and, my stepdad, like, yeah, and, like, it used to piss my, people that I know off that they would be like, they're always like the black and gay community, right? Or the black and LGBT, you know what I mean? Like they're somehow bridged. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I just don't know, where'd all the money go, right? And that woman, what's her name, Patrice or whatever, she stepped down a couple years ago, but yet her brother, who has no security experience whatsoever, is still raking in millions of dollars every million something, a million one or something like that, and all these other people being paid all kinds of money for jobs and things that like communications and yada yada yada, and nothing's happening, and they haven't paid off any of these. They haven't helped these families with a dime. They said they're going to give George Floyd's family a bunch of money. They didn't give nothing. A bunch of lip service, but talk about pushing the movement back. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. And at first I was like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, maybe this is some kind of grassroots movement, and it's gonna push, race relations in a better direction. And then it got, or it was already, compromised from the get-go. So how could it not get more compromised, especially when all the white liberal broads got involved? So yeah, they went from like somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 million, right? The year before last, right? Last year they only collected like $20 million in donations, right? Only, and now they're almost $9 million in debt.